Hello everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode we are making pork cutlets in the air fryer. That's right, these things are coming straight out of the air fryer. That means they're fast, you don't have a lot of stuff to clean up, and you don't have to deal with a lot of fat. So let's get started.
Okay, so what I have here are two boneless center cut pork chops. They are about 1/2 inch thick. I've cut all of the silver skin off them except for this little piece here. Yep. I'll get rid of that. And make sure I didn't miss it on that one. Nope. So I'm going to cut these into 3 pieces. And then we are going to pound these out flat. We're going to get 6 pork cutlets out of this batch. Alright, so what I have here is my thick, heavy cutting board, and I put it on a kitchen towel because I want to kind of damp the vibration a little bit. I have a piece of parchment paper that I folded in half, and this prevents bits of pork going all over the place. I'm just going to get one cutlet on here, fold that paper over, and then I want to start kind of pushing out from the middle. So and there you have it. This does 2 things for us. Number 1, it makes this pork really super tender. And number 2, you can see how thin it is. And I probably should pound this on just a little bit more. It makes it really fast to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and pound the rest of these out and get them on a plate. Okay, so here are our beautiful 6 beautiful pork cutlets. This is enough for 2 people, believe it or not. We're going to go ahead and get some salt and pepper and egg on these in just a moment. Alright, so here I just have some regular all-purpose flour. And I'm going to add a ton of black pepper because you can just never have enough black pepper, I don't think. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm not going to put too much because, you need to cut back, so I'm going to use some seasoned salt here. There's also some salt in the crackers that we're using. I'm going to stir that up and see how that looks, and probably add more pepper because, like I said, you can never have enough pepper. And yeah, we need more pepper. Yep, some of it goes on the counter. That happens. All good cooks make a mess. It's just the really professional ones have somebody else to clean it up. So now we got that done. Get these out of here. And we're going to grab our cutlets and just pat them in the flour. Now, if you wanted to, you could soak these cutlets in a little bit of milk first, or buttermilk, and I'm trying very hard not to use my fingers because then I have to touch my camera afterwards. So normally I would just get in there with my fingers. I haven't figured this part out yet. And this seems like a lot of flour. You actually want a lot of flour. It makes this job a lot easier. If you don't want to throw this flour out when all is said and done, you can just throw it in a zipper bag and throw it in the freezer, and it'll keep until the next time you make any kind of cutlet or anything you want to dip in egg. which is what I'm going to do with this, I think, because I don't like to waste food. And one more. Oh, this one's doing somersaults. Oh. Yeah, it's always the last kid that's the messiest, isn't it? Isn't that the truth? Alright. There we go. So, I'm going to take a minute to lay these out nice and beautifully. And they're going to look like, got a bit too much on that one. They're going to look like, yep, there you are. And they're going to look like that. And you know what? Let's pepper them. Just for the heck of it. It'll probably fall off in the eggs, but that's okay. Now, let's make our cracker crumbs. Okay, for our crackers, I'm going to use these Savoritz crackers from Aldi. They are like Ritz crackers. I love this roasted vegetable version of it. So I am just going to take an entire sleeve of these. And hey, here comes the rolling pin. You know what? I don't think my counter's level. Either that or it's just ready to get to work. I'm going to dump this entire sleeve in here. And I'm going to try to get a lot of the air out. There we are. And I'm just going to you could, I suppose, whip these around in a food processor if you wanted to. I've done that. I don't like big pieces. That actually doesn't do a bad job. But if you don't have that, this method works out pretty well. So. And that's the result that we get. And we don't have any large pieces. It's all crumbs. Hello, Mr. Rolling Pin. It's all crumbs. That's exactly what we want. So I'll probably go over this just one more time to make sure we didn't miss anything. And there we have it. I'll get these on a plate and we'll beat some eggs. Okay, so in this bowl I have 4 large eggs, and I'm going to add some pepper that I ground up off camera. And I'm going to give these a good beating. We want to get these as uniform as possible. Basically, we're looking for a uniform color. We don't want to see bits that are whiter than others or yellower than others. We want just a uniform color. And that's it right there. Okay, so not quite sure how I'm going to make this work, but back here I have my floured cutlets. Over here I have our cracker crumbs, which actually, look at that, they did come out nice and uniform. So cutlet, egg, crumb, back on that plate. So here we go. I'm going to move some of these out of my way. So into the egg, into the cracker crumbs, and really you should do the egg with one hand, do the cracker crumbs with another, but you know, sometimes you just don't have the luxury of thinking that far in advance. I'll try it that way. Okay, here we go. Get most of that egg off. Yeah, you know what? I just like having sticky, crumb-coated hands. Okay. This is number 4. You know, and you're going to make a mess. That's okay. If you got a dog or a cat, they'll get anything that hits the floor. And I'll try to spread these out and make them look a little pretty here. There we go. And you don't want to have a ton of egg on here, you just need enough to make the cracker crumbs stick. So your cracker crumbs really shouldn't get soggy, so if you have leftover cracker crumbs, okay, you can throw these in a zip bag and throw them in the freezer too. They're perfectly good cracker crumbs. Why waste them? Right? Okay. Make sure every single part of this is covered with cracker crumbs. And actually, these crackers smell really good. Okay, I'm going to go wash my hands and we'll follow up here. Okay, and there we have it. There are 6 cutlets. They've been floured, egged, breaded, and hopefully I've got enough pepper on there. Obviously these went on the same plate that I had them when they were floured on, so it's all good. We're going to get our air fryer out, get it preheated to 350 degrees, and let the air fryer take it from there. Okay, so we have our air fryer here. This is the Insignia brand. This is actually Best Buy's house brand. It was $100. It's 5.6 quarts, I believe. It was on sale for half off. I had a $10 coupon, so I got the whole thing for 40 bucks. So far, I've been using it. It cooks everything great. I love it. So I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm going to set this temperature for 350 degrees. And when this blue light goes off, we're at temp. Okay, I'm going to cut a lot of that out. So you're not actually going to see the whole time it took to heat up. I just wanted to time it and see how long. It actually took about 2.5 minutes to get to temperature, but the blue light's off. It's at temperature. We can get our pork cutlets in here. So let's do that. Okay, so our air fryer is heated up. I'm going to hit the bottom of the basket with a little of, this is canola oil cooking spray from Costco. I'm going to put 3 of these cutlets in here. And you won't be able to see this one probably. Okay, and they look kind of big, but they do shrink a little bit as they cook. Now I'm going to hit the top of them again with some cooking spray. And again, that seems like a lot, but it's cooking spray, so it's less than you would get with just frying them up in a pan. I've fried these in a pan before, and it takes about 5 gallons of oil. So trust me, this is going to be much less fat in your diet. Alright, so I've got the pork cutlets in the air fryer. I'm going to use my 5-minute timer and we're going to start. There we go, got to make sure it beeps. We'll be back in 5 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Let's get these babies out of the air fryer. Oh yeah, look at those. Delicious. Let's get them on a plate. Alright my friends, and this is what it looks like. Again, these are definitely crispy. They smell fantastic. Those crackers are absolutely amazing. They are very tender. And as you can see, they are cooked completely through. So I'm going to take a bite of this. Oh, those are so good. And this, wow, that's really good. These are, pork is, oh my god, these are so good. The loin chop is actually, like you saw at the beginning, very lean meat. Remember, pork is the other white meat if you're using the loin chop that doesn't have all the fat and gristle in it. These are so tender. They could use a little bit of salt, but that's okay. Some people are on a low salt diet. My doctor would love it if I were on one. These will keep in the fridge until you get up in the middle of the night and snack, but to heat them up, just throw them in the air fryer again. They are fantastic. I've got 3 more to put in there. So if you like this recipe, go ahead and hit that like button. And I'll be coming back to do some more videos. So this has been fun, but every dish in my house is now dirty and I've got to run the dishwasher about 4 times. So talk to you later.